Okay, let's see if this works. And okay. Is it live? Alright, guess we're live. This is my lunch break coffee talk cancer. Well, lunch break cancer talk. It's kind of probably more than just cancer then. Again, another one again. So, today I'm eating an omelet my mom made for lunch. Yeah, yes, I live with my parents. Actually, they live with me. I moved them here a year before I got cancer. I live on a kind of in the middle of nowhere on a small small community. We have an airstrip. I'm right off the runway. I was into flying planes and building planes and all that stuff. I know part of when I first got the place, actually when I first got the place, the guy that was selling it, his parents had lived here. His dad was a pilot. Mom, I'm not sure, but anyway, he had passed away a few years before, and then his mother passed away not further. Anyway, not further. A couple of years after that. Man, he's not really a pilot. It was just he's a real estate guy. I ended up deciding to sell the place, and it just so happened I was like, man, this would be great for bring my parents out here, and I can bond with my parents. growing up wasn't really the easiest of lives. I ran away several times. Kind of moved out early. And I ended up going in the military. But my mom used to be a heavy drinker. All kinds of different stuff. Anyway, at one point in my time, I was, after I got in the military, I said, screw it, I had at one point I had a lot of bad feelings against my parents. And I was just like, you know what, life's life. My dad's dad passed away when he was 10 months old, so I couldn't blame them for, I didn't want to blame them for how I was brought up because, I had a dad, I had a mom, they're still married, so I couldn't relate to his challenges growing up as a kid. So a lot of little issues that, anyway. So after I went in the military, I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, bygones be bygones. My mom stopped drinking, they quit smoking, all that stuff. They changed, and I changed too. I was like, I can't hold this against them forever, and life's too short. This is 20 some years ago. Life's too short not to forgive and move on. Fast forward to now, like I said, when I was buying this place, the guy that I was buying it from had moved out with his parents to take care of his mom, and so on. And I was like, man, that'd be good for mine. My dad was still working. He's 75 right now. Still working a day job, and they're struggling to get by. I don't want to say struggling, but he was always going into work and all that stuff. And I was like, man, you got to enjoy life a little bit more. I didn't feel like they enjoyed life enough. So I moved them. I gave them an offer. I was like, hey, if you guys sell your place, pay off your debt, and move out here, and I'll take, I won't charge you rent or anything like that. I gave them the master bedroom here. Gave them a lot of stuff here at the house. All I cared about was I just want to be able to build things in the hangar. I can take whichever room, doesn't matter. So anyway, they said sure. Finally did, and moved out here. It wasn't easy at all. The first few months were me and my dad butting heads all the time. Mainly because, he's been head of his household for a long time, and now here I am, the son, and it's my house. So me trying to give up some of my, give up that side of it. It's like I gave them the master bedroom. He wanted to do these little things. I had to learn how to let go of things that I wanted so that they could feel comfortable. And little knows a year later, then who ends up with cancer? Oh, that's me. Oh, that's my dog. But anyway, so they've been here. Me and my dad still butt heads. Especially with that Jeep build that I'm doing, because I'm doing it for me, but I'm also doing it for the primary focus is to just share what it's like going through cancer. It's my idea of how going through cancer. Stuff he doesn't want to do and I want to do, and I'm like, man, just how I want it done. And if you're willing to be part of it, cool. But if you don't, I'll find somebody else to make it happen. Because I have my vision and I'm gonna make it work, no matter what I gotta do. If it get to the point where I can't do it, then so be it. But I'm gonna make it happen anyway, no matter how the struggle is or whatever. I'll figure it out. He's not used to that. He's used to just getting out there building something and not thinking about it till after it's done. And growing up, I think that's probably where we butted heads, because I had ideas and he didn't believe in my ideas, and he's like, I've done this before, I know what I'm doing. You never said you didn't know what you're doing. I'm just saying I got a different way of doing it than you do. So anyway, we kind of butted heads a little bit today. And I'm going to do a video with him at some point about his journey in life. Because I'll say it now, but he never finished high school. He can't read. He can read, but he could only read little words. So he actually has anything above 3 letters he has a problem with. But he's been able to go in and do his work for as long as he has, without being able to read. Granted, I want him to tell his story. I don't want to get too much into it, which we talked about. And he's not really a camera guy at all, and he's kind of grumpy. So baby steps, trying to. Oh, now my dog wants my food. Wants my bagel and almond. And I have like his best interest, at least in my opinion. I have his best interest. I'll do anything for him, help him out wherever I can, but sometimes he's just stubborn. That's you've been doing it all your life, and it's kind of hard to change. Not so much I'm trying to change him, or maybe I am. I don't know. I just want him to be a better person, better listener. So that way, because we're all in this thing called life together, whether it's with my parents, anybody, we're all in life together. We all have an end date, we all have a beginning date, It's just what you do at that time that you have available. There's no sense in making your life any harder than what it is. And the better listener you become, the easier life. It makes life a little bit more enjoyable. You know what I mean? Anyway, on the next thing, I had to go in for a doctor's thing today. It wasn't cancer related, but what do they call that? Basically, my private parts tools, kind of semi-broken. Something that guys, anyway. It was just interesting. I had to talk to the doctor about it. He's like, hey man, I didn't want to worry about it too much. I just want to make sure that it's not affecting life, I guess, if you want to call it that. And anyway, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. They could do surgery, but it's not worth the surgery, not with what I got going on. So a good note. You know, I'm good that I don't have to do anything. I just want to make sure I wasn't. What I'm saying, going through even more stuff, which could be. But it gave me an okay, and well, um, other things too is I have a crack. Or I had I think my teeth are screwed up, and a lot of times I let that stuff get to me. I have a one tooth now that's the crown came off and the tooth cracked. Doesn't hurt or anything like that. In fact, I got a hurt tooth on the other side, but same thing with the treatment that I'm on and whatnot. Going and get my teeth done because I'm out of blood and all that stuff, and since I'm anemic from the treatment and all that stuff, probably not. I can do it, but it's a scary thing. And I haven't always had the best situations with dentists. I got a story for you there, man. A few years back, I went and got braces done. Where I did my daughter's braces at the same time. I always was uncomfortable with my teeth, but anyway, as soon as it came time to get them off, I had an infection. You know where they lock in the for your braces, they lock it in the back and they pull it back, right? So they had to numb it up to take out the off. They were taking off the braces, and when they did, I had an infection above one of my teeth. The one that was in the back that they kept tightening, kept doing like this. Anyway, I ended up creating an infection up near the sinus. Well, they were numbing it up with a needle, and when they did, they pushed that infection stuff into my sinus, and it ended up causing Bell's palsy. If you don't know what Bell's palsy is, that's where half of your face, you can't control it. It's just there. So I went home. Almost kind of, it took a few hours for it to all of a sudden start in. And I'm sitting there talking to my wife, and she's like, "Why do you keep winking at me?" And I was like, "What do you mean? I'm not winking at you." She's like, "Yeah, you are. You keep winking at me." And what happened was, with the Bell's palsy, I couldn't shut the eye or anything else. And even if I smiled, the one side would be like that. So I'd smile, and the one side would not move. So even on my forehead, I could wrinkle my forehead when you do like this. It would literally have a line in the middle where one side was wrinkled and one side wasn't. This is right after I got my braces off. Oh, it is crazy. So I ended up having to go to the ER, and they're like, "Hey, you got Bell's palsy." They had to do steroid shots and take out the tooth and all this stuff. And then I went back to the dentist. After that, I was like, "How's your smile?" And it's like, you're all, your smile's great, right? Now, yeah, it would have been great if I didn't have Bell's palsy. But, like, that's the thing with life. Life always throws curveballs at you. And you just gotta take it for what it is. I was gonna see if I have a picture. I know I had one in here of it, but maybe it's in the other room. I had a picture of the Bell's palsy where you can see it. It's like, all jacked up. Anyway, well, that being said, it's like life's always going to throw you curveballs. Doesn't matter. No matter how you're prepared for it, it's going to happen, Stuff happens all the time. So even again with this cancer and stuff, it's like, you know what? It is what it is, man. I could sit there and harp on how bad that, woe is me, I got cancer. But why, man? It's like, I'm still here. Try to live each day without looking back at that stuff going, we're all going to have setbacks in life. Could be money related. Money comes and goes. Freaking people come and go too. And then just challenges in life, man. You're always going to have challenges. In fact, the more challenges you have, the easier it is for you later. Because then I look back at things and go like with the Bell's palsy thing. It's like, I've been through that. That sucked, but I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I got a story when I got burned really bad. I had a gas leak blow up on my face. It burnt me really bad. I almost damn near died. side, put a hole in the side of my mouth where I could stick my finger through and actually touch my teeth. But most people would never know that I've been burned or anything like that. The scars somewhere here, you might not be able to see it because they did a skin graft and all that. It caused a cyst in the side of my face. This is in high school. It caused a cyst in the side of my face about the size of a golf ball. And imagine going to school with a funky looking thing on the side of your face. I remember some kids calling me the Elephant Man. And what? I had no hair. It all got burned off. My eyebrows got burned off. I used to wear an earring in my ear. I melted the skin, or burned the skin around the earring, and I had to cut that out of my ear to get it out. But you know, like that stuff, man. It's like, I look back at it now and going, it happened, but I'm still here. You know, it was a tough time. I remember because to get this, man, without playing around with gas, we lived in the country, so I'm always crazy on doing things. Playing around with gas, trying to make I don't know if you guys remember this, but the soda that you used to buy in the store would come in glass containers, right? So I had was working on a truck at the time, and I was playing around, and I had to fill the carburetor with gas, so I had it in a little soda bottle. And I was fucking around. It was wintertime. It was Christmas time. My parents were in town returning Christmas gifts, and I was like, "Hey, let's just blow some stuff up. You know, it'll be cool." So I had a torch sitting on the bottle, heating up. I walked away and was hoping that, you know, wanted to see it explode. You know, being the crazy kid that I was. So walked away and nothing happened. And then later on I needed more gas to put in the carburetor. So I went out there, kicked off the bottle, tried to let it cool down for a little bit. And then came time to go get that bottle. I went and picked it up. Right? As soon as I picked it up, I had it right here. And I could see bubbles from the gas off my fingertips into this bottle. And then it blew up, and it was like slow motion. The thing separated. This flame came straight at me, caught my whole head on fire, down my chest. And I thought I was going to burn to death. We lived in the country, had a well house. And first thought was, I'll run to the well house and I'll spray it off. And as I'm running, then I was also did that little drop and roll. Actually, maybe that's where it's, I don't remember which one was first, but you know, they tell you to drop and roll and put out flame or put out fire. Well, it doesn't work so much when it's liquid on your skin. So I dropped and rolled and it didn't work. Then there's snow on the ground, so I didn't help anything because water and gas and that just kind of spreads it. And as I'm running, that's when I decided I was going to run to the well house and put it out. As I'm running towards the well house, we have this, our window was chrome tinted, you know, to keep the sunlight out. And I could see myself in the window with a flame off the top of my head. And as I'm running towards the well house, I start taking off my clothes. And as I'm taking off my clothes, I put it out. And then I run in the house, and my sister, younger sister, and my brother was in there. And I was yelling. I was like, y'all gotta get out of the house. Something happened, and I don't want anybody to see my face or see anything. And blood was everywhere, man. It was all down the side of my shirt and everything. And I ended up running in the bathroom. I looked in the mirror, and I was like, holy crap. Wow. I freak out. My parents again are in town. It's just my brother and my sister. Both of them are, I don't remember how old my sister was. She was young. My brother he's 2 years younger than me, so he was 14, 13, something like that, maybe even younger. So I run outside, jump in the truck, and drive over to my friend's house. and he's out working in his garage. As soon as I get there, I jump out of the truck. I yell at my friend. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm on fire! I'm on fire!" Because you know anything about getting burned is when you get burned, that's the first part. Then once you get it out, then you feel the burn after, which is even probably more intense than actually getting burned itself. Because there's nothing you can do. So it's middle of winter. We run in the house. He takes me in the house. I jump in the shower. The cold shower. Got the windows open. This is right after Christmas, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just freaking out. I'm still bleeding and all that stuff. Like I said, I got this huge gash in the side of my face, and then I start getting tired, and I'm like, man, I gotta lay down, man. I gotta lay down because I'm getting tired. I kept saying, we gotta take you here, take you to the hospital. And I was like, no, man, I was more worried about my dad. More worried about my dad beating my ass. Well, I was more worried about my dad beating my ass than anything. Because I got hurt and they were gone, and I was supposed to take care of the kids and all that. So I ended up laying down after. Finally got out of the shower. I don't know. I don't know how much longer, but I ended up laying down. I bled so much that we had a pillow. The old cotton pillows. It's full of cotton twills, whatever you want to call it. Bled so much that you could wring it out, the blood. And finally, my parents show up, and they take me to the hospital. My dad's freaking out, of course. My mom was freaking. Everyone's freaking out, except for me, because I'm like, it had happened earlier. I think I was starting to go into shock or whatever you want to call it. And damn near kills us a couple times on the drive to the hospital. So I was like, just calm down. I'm fine. We'll get there when we get there. And anyway, we finally get to the hospital. And they stitch it up. That's what ended up causing the cyst. And how it got, because I didn't go right away. It took me a while, and how they got stitched up was kind of all crookedy looking. I mean, the thing was jagged. Yeah, so I ended up damn near dying a few times that day. But like that, like even with this journey, it's like, sure the cancer's rough, but many times I could have died before. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever been through trauma or stuff like that. And that's kind of growing up. It made me, a lot of stuff that's happened to me made me have a different aspect towards people too. Because I remember getting picked on. I ended up not graduating from high school because of some of that stuff. When I went in the military, it was like I had so much crap before it happened that I was like, just get me the hell out of here. So there's a lot of that stuff that a lot of stuff that happened in my past. Just that's what you gotta look for to push you through. It's like, you've been through this, you've been through that. Even if it's here's another one. For me, it's just here's, like I always tell my kids, it's like it's just another story to tell in the book, another chapter in the book, if you want to call it that. Just another story to tell. And those little stories are stepping stones for you in life to get you to the next level, or what you want to do, or wherever you're going to go. Anyway, I'm rambling. I kind of ramble on a little bit long, but anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. That's what everybody says. So I'll share more with you later. But yeah, that's from my past. That's part of what drives me for the continuing on with this whole journey, and even sharing the journeys. Like I've been through some, not just me, but other people. I'll share my story along the way, but I want to try to share other people's too. So anyway, peace out. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.